Hi, I'm Christian McIlvain, and we're doing another episode of Tracking Wolves. Here with me, I have Nick Truen and Joe Gorghuber from Wolves Football. Thanks, guys, for coming on today and talking with me. So we're going to get started here. And Nick, obviously, you're coming into your senior year. It's your last year at Northern State, but you want to tell everybody what your major is and kind of what you're doing school-wise?
Yep, I am a business management major with a minor in accounting, hoping to maybe manage an accounting firm someday. I have some good connections with my uncles, they're accountants, so hopefully get into something into that field.
And Joe, this will be your redshirt sophomore year, correct? Yep. And then your major is?
Marketing and sales with a minor in coaching.
Okay, so Are you looking forward more to trying to do the coaching thing, or are you going to try and go marketing right away?
I think more marketing right away. I just kind of that coaching minor just in case I want to get into high school or something like that.
Okay. And you guys are now in what? This will be your, I think you guys just finished up your 13th practice, right? Or is it?
I think 11th. Tomorrow will be our 12th.
11th, yep, for spring ball. Nick obviously knows because he's been here a while. This has been a pretty mild spring for the football team. Pretty good weather. Hasn't really snowed or anything like that. How is spring ball going now that you are a senior and it's your last year?
It's a lot different from when I was a freshman. I remember thinking, like, why are we doing this? Maybe it was because of the weather, too. We've had a very good one this year. But now, as a senior, you just kind of sit back and you think, like, you know, we need this to, especially with the young guys coming up that don't know the offense and don't know the defense. You know, we really do need it to get it together, or else we'll just be really far behind during the season, you know.
And Joe, this is your second spring ball, right?
Yep.
How has this spring ball been different from last year? Obviously, when you're a redshirt freshman, you're kind of still learning, you know, the system and stuff like that. And then last year you did get on the field a little bit. Has learning the defense been more of a challenge since we have a new defensive coordinator, or is it you guys are kind of running similar things, just, you know, different words and stuff like that to describe things?
Yeah, to be honest, we're running mostly the same stuff. Obviously, Coach Courier coming from SDSU, he's kind of establishing a few new things, just some technique things and whatnot, and implementing a few different stuff. But for the most part, it's staying the same.
And Nick, you're obviously very, very close last year to rushing for 1,000 yards, which I believe would have been the first running back for Northern State to rush for 1,000 yards in a season. What have you done this offseason, kind of this spring and this weightlifting thing? Have you focused more in the weight room on just trying to stay healthy and get more flexible, or has it been something that, you know, you want to improve in one area, whether it be get a little bit stronger or a little bit faster? You know, what have you done this year?
Personally, you know, being here for 4 years and really seeing how my off season is each year, it's helped me a lot this winter. And with Coach Fritz's new system, he really is, you know, focused on speed and power. So what I try to focus on is just keeping my weight on and gaining weight, and it's really tough. I don't know if you're not an athlete, it's, you know, you don't really know until you step in the shoes and try and gain weight when you're underweight, you know, or lose weight when you're overweight. So really controlling my weight, trying to keep up. You know, I want to be at least 10 pounds up from last year. So.
And Joe, this is your second spring ball. Has anything for you changed just watching the older guys, obviously from last year's team, and then kind of settling in on the new group of seniors? And have you guys as a younger class kind of done anything that's, you know, different than what you've done the previous year under the different seniors?
Yeah, I think personally last year, as my first spring ball, I was kind of more just trying to take as many mental reps as I can and whatnot. Really try to learn the defense and get it down. Obviously, at the outside linebacker position, we did graduate 3 outside linebackers. So this spring ball has kind of more been shifted and focused more towards still learning the defense. There's always new things to learn upon, but more the leadership aspect and being able to really help out our defense.
And Nick, obviously we lost a decent amount of senior leadership from last year's team, especially on the offensive side of the ball with Tyler Roble and Connor Doherty both graduating. Have you kind of decided within yourself that you're going to step up and be one of those guys, or is it one of those things where you're just going to let your play kind of speak for itself and just show your leadership through your work ethic and just being on the field?
That's a good question. I think about that all the time. I've been trying to increase my vocal leadership because, obviously from just by playing, people look up to, the person that's starting, and leading by example has kind of been, me even throughout high school. And so now being a senior, not having those vocal leaders, like you said, Tyler Roble and Connor Doherty, and I think you forgot yourself in there too. Yeah, I'm one of the few guys on offense that actually has experience. So I feel like, during the spring ball and coming into this new season, I need to still improve my vocal leadership.
And Joe, being a redshirt sophomore, obviously we did graduate a lot of guys on defense just as a senior class, 24 guys that have left this team. But have you seen anything from the seniors or your class that has decided to step up? Obviously, you guys, we've lost, probably considered one of the best teammates to ever come through Northern State and Trevor Heining.
Mm-hmm.
How have you guys replaced those kind of personalities on defense? Because, defense is one of those things where it's a real, reactionary type position where you guys are flying around and, and going 100 miles an hour all the time. What have you guys done that's different this year than last year on your defense?
Yeah, I think a big thing was just kind of like in the previous years, like last year, it was really listening to those older guys, those seniors like Trevor and all those seniors really. And now I think as spring ball continues to go on, we're starting to see more people attempt to grow into those roles, at position-wise and just overall as a team defense. So more people are trying to kind of piggyback off of what Trevor and all those guys kind of established from a leadership standpoint.
And Truen, obviously this is going to be your final year in a Northern State jersey. How has this journey really been coming from Minnesota and moving to Aberdeen and being part of obviously a different, not only place, but a different community from where you're from?
High school football and college football, they're 2 totally different things. Doesn't matter what level you're at, Division I, 2, or 3. Coming from White Bear Lake, we did have a nice, big high school, a lot of attendance at our games, but here, you can really feel the community. They truly do care about you, and in high school there's no publicity as well. Like we're doing this interview right now, this is just crazy. It's been an incredible experience here at Northern, and I'm very glad that I came.
And Joe, obviously you've only been here for the last 3 years, but looking at the 2 years that you've been here, and then what's coming ahead, are you excited, thankful, grateful for the opportunity not only just to be here, but the people that have impacted your life while you've been here?
Yeah, really all the above what you kind of just mentioned there. I'm really thankful for the guys that I've kind of got to meet throughout this process, and just kind of take little things from each one, like leadership qualities and whatnot. And yeah, just really grateful. I think a lot of times us athletes kind of take for granted the opportunity that we have 100 some brothers around the team, and we get to be a collegiate athlete for 4 or 5 years. There's not a lot of stuff that can beat that. So
yeah, and Northern State is a very special place for being an athlete. Obviously the community is 100% behind you. We not only set the national attendance record in basketball, but we've played on ESPN this year and things like that. How, looking at this schedule this year, obviously you're going to be playing the defending conference champs in Sioux Falls. Are you guys real excited for game 1, or kind of just soaking it in for what it is going to be? I mean, Nick, obviously it's the last year. Do you look at the schedule and go, man, that could be all that I got left? And it's just trying to enjoy the process right now.
No, I'm excited. This is not a rebuilding year. This is not I'm so happy I played here. Farewell season. It's and I think it's something that we've overlooked in the past. The first game, we need to just prepare better. Since I've been here, our first couple of games have been slow, and then we picked it up and looked to be the best team in the Northern Sun Conference. So right now, I just think we need to get this team jacked and pumped up for game one.
And Joe, how's your feeling of the upcoming season? Or what's maybe one of your personal goals, and what's a team goal that you would like to be personally part of?
Yeah, honestly, personal goals I haven't really thought too much about. I'll probably establish that kind of more spring ball once we look at everything. Obviously, I want to. I'm sure, like most of my teammates' goals, I want to be a leader on the defense. Making as many plays as I can. And from a team standpoint, it's always, get that shutout. You know what I mean? Like, get the ball back to the offense and let them do their thing.
And Nick, as you come up on your senior year and you look back on your career, is there anything that you want to do this year? Obviously you guys want to compete at a high level. You want to have the best record, but is there something that you're really, really striving for this year for you?
Yes, I would like to get 1,000 yards. Last year was just a little teaser, and so this year, really striving for that. And whatever Coach Martin has for offensive plan, it's fine with me. Obviously, I'm going to put the team first, but at the end of the day, if I can get 1,000, I would love to do it.
And Joe, moving forward, obviously you guys are replacing quite a bit of talent on the defensive side. Not only just talented players, but a lot of production. How have you seen your side of the ball kind of grow this spring ball?
Yeah, I think it's definitely different from last year. With all those seniors out there knowing what they're doing, and I think really I got to give it up to even the older guys now, the seniors and juniors. I think they've done a really good job, as a lot of us younger guys are coming in and just continuing to teach us the ways and whatnot. But yeah, like right now, kind of spring ball with all these young guys, we're kind of just trying to get our scheme down right now and get the basics down. So come fall, we'll be ready to go.
And Nick, just from a football standpoint, we lost quite a bit of players on the offensive side as well. How has that transition been for the offensive side of the football? Is it something that you guys have kind of focused on, tweaking a couple little things, or just really focusing on getting down, the base plays and being really good at, a couple of things?
This year we've definitely strayed away from the base plays. I think more than any year I've been here. We've lost, certain players bring a certain edge. For example, Connor Doherty, we don't have him anymore. We're not going to put up as many tight end plays. So this spring ball we've been really focusing on more passing too. I think we need to get better at that. And just tweaking what we have so far for the base plays, but adding more to it. I think that's what Coach Martin's vision is for the season, and he thinks that's what we need, so that's what we've been doing.
And going into this final season, is there anything that either of you kind of are really hoping for as something? A lot of people are going to say it's a rebuilding year, but I know that you guys don't believe that. I know the coaching staff doesn't believe that. Is there some statement that you guys want to make as a team, game one?
Well, of course, a win is as much as you can say. We would love to get a win, but even the point differential, how much we win by, a loss. Even if it was a close game, people might say, "Oh, wow, they did okay against them. They're still looking good." No, it's a win or nothing. It's got to be the statement we need to make.
Yeah, I agree completely with Nick. It's not going to be a year of they played. Sioux Falls really close. That's good for them. They're looking better than we all thought. Like we'll be ready in the fall to come play, and we're excited to show everybody what we'll be about.
All right, and I think that wraps it up for our time here. I appreciate you guys coming on and talking to me about football and spring ball, and I wish both of you guys a great season and good luck on the field.
Sure.